welcome to episode 014 of Bum Talk. I am your host, Che Bums, along with my young charismatic brother,
Danny Bums.
Yes, and what another weekend of combat sport. We had, again, the few weekends where all three big combat sports are in play, from WWE Survivor Series tonight, NXT last night, UFC last night, and then some boxing yesterday. So, Danny Bums, I'll open the floor of you. You decide what you want to talk about first. What you got there for us?
I guess we can get. I don't know. Yeah, there's some boxing. Like, we can. Well,
it wasn't a big boxing
Friday,
fight.
Maurice Hooker, he's the WBO 145-pound champion. He's under Matchroom, but he was on the Top Rank card.
ESPN.
I guess he was fighting a Top Rank guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy because Eddie the whole week he was promoting the Kansas card, but then Friday he had to leave Kansas, fly to wherever the hell this fight was, and then leave again for his fighter. But he had a crazy good relief because Maurice Hooker defended his title
On Friday on ESPN. Yeah, it was a midnight card, I think.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he kept tweeting, everyone kept tweeting, don't worry, he's coming back to the zone.
Yeah, of course.
So but the bigger news about that is that one of the former belt holder of the 130 pound title WBO, it was Terrence Crawford was in the building because, as you know, he is a top ranked fighter. He's probably, him and Lomachenko are Bob Aaron's biggest fighters ever since Manny Pacquiao decided to run with his own career.
Yeah.
So Terrence Crawford was there, and guess who he ran into?
Errol Spence Jr. was there,
and it was awesome.
And they beefed it out a little bit.
There a lot of trash talking.
A little bit tweets too, I think.
Yeah, but the crazy thing I was telling him is that eventually after the fight, Bob was with Terrence, and then he tells Terrence,
you gotta do the Bob voice though.
Bob, not again. You know who's really good at that? Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, that voice is very, very particular voice.
Yeah, you should. I'll show you a video of YouTube, Eddie Hearn, he imitates all these different boxing people. The way he does Bob Arum is amazing.
Yeah, Bob Arum's special voice to say.
He's a legendary promoter.
Yes.
So going to my point, he goes to Errol Spence. He goes the smartest thing you can do, career wise. He goes, stay away from Terrence. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then Errol goes you're a legendary promoter, so I ain't gonna say nothing. But and the thing is, why Errol Spence is in the news this week is because PBC this week decided to do
release their first
spring, yeah, and it's crazy because this is the ultimate FU to the zone because everyone's saying, oh, the zone changed the game, or this is the ultimate FU to all these streaming services, oh, it's cheaper, forget pay-per-view. Well, guess what? This is free.
Yeah, it's free
on Fox or FS1. And all these guys
are under the banner for the first quarter. They're all fighting from
crazy matchups,
from names from DSG to Thurman to obviously the biggest one, which I believe is March 16. Mikey Garcia moving up 12 pounds to fight Errol Spence for the WBA. Is it WBA?
His IBF title. And it's crazy. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the first ever Fox pay-per-view.
Yeah, so which is weird because why is it called Fox pay-per-view if Fox is a free channel? So I'm not sure. Maybe it's just being marketed as a pay-per-view because it's a big fight.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that kind of fight, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so obviously that's why Errol's in the news. I mean, obviously Terrence is kind of giving him flack. Why are you fighting a guy that fights 2 divisions under?
Yeah.
To me, this is a crazy matchup. And honestly, I'll just say this really quick to stay on this subject. Mikey Garcia, I saw this meme. There's this famous South Park meme where this guy has these really big balls and he's carrying them in this thing, and he just because he has big balls. And I feel like Mikey Garcia
is like that meme.
Yo, and the thing is, I think if Mikey Garcia wins, he'll be a 5 division champion.
Yeah, like Mayweather.
And for me, he's number 1 pound for pound.
Yeah, it's debatable.
You have no idea the respect I have Mikey Garcia for that. No idea. I'm low key wanting to win.
Yeah,
but that's gonna be great. It's great to see Keith Thurman back. He's fighting Josecito Lopez, which is a really good matchup. That guy's been in there with the best. He actually beat Victor Cruz.
He's been on the shelf for almost 2 years, 22 months.
Want to know something crazy? A couple years, after the Mayweather thing, Victor Cruz was back in the spotlight. It was when Canelo was rising, and there was this eliminator match between Victor Cruz and Josecito Lopez, and the winner fought Canelo. and actually they were fighting, but then Victor Cruz stopped fight. He
stopped
because he broke his jaw.
Okay.
Off topic. So yeah.
Yeah. So
DSG's fighting Adrian Granados. He's like the Justin Gaethje of boxing, except this guy loses.
Overhyped boxer.
I don't know, but you can boom 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 boom. You'll kick his ass, but he'll never stop coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to see that, but yeah. So a lot of the fans and myself saying that fight will never happen because of their broadcasting
different promotions,
deals.
yeah,
One's
broadcasting.
with Showtime, one's with ESPN. So I mean,
yeah, it's the thing about boxing. All these different promotions,
and obviously, this guy's got to get through Mikey because Mikey is Mikey. They call Mikey the Mexican Mayweather because his ring IQ and maturity and composure is like almost.
And he's
like
not
Mayweather.
young either. He's up. I think he's like in early 30s. I believe Errol Spence's a little younger, maybe like mid 20s or late 20s. But yeah, it's a great match. But yeah, they released their first quarter just like UFC did about 2 weeks ago. Too bad wrestling can't release their first quarter because they know it's all pay-per-views and all that stuff. But that would be kind of cool if WWE kind of follow that kind of format or no? What do you think? Is it kinda, something unique, something different?
But it was crazy seeing the whole Showtime did it earlier this year with their first half of that's
first half.
They only did it for in January for the first half of the year for the fights. And now PBC is doing it. It's great to see that they're following the UFC, definitely the UFC model. Because that's reasons like that's the UFC's been so successful.
Yeah,
so
the marketing.
It's great to see that.
And those events are usually free for the fans. Obviously, if you get there on time.
Oh, yeah.
Open to the public, And
I heard the messed up thing is that like apparently Top Rank ESPN they charge you like you have to watch those type of press conferences, which is kind of like all their press conferences for fights. They have to like. Everyone else you can it's part of the subscription. Everyone else is on YouTube, even like Matchroom and all that, and DAZN.
Well, I mean, I guess they include that in because hey, you're paying $5, you might as well just it's ESPN
so
Plus.
We're looking forward to that. And this obviously confirms since Broner and Pacquiao wasn't on that probably confirms that they're going to be on Showtime.
Most likely, yeah, because it's now on Fox. Then
they wouldn't announce that.
Yeah,
and then
Saturday
we had
a bunch of boxers in it. Bunch of veterans.
They had a bunch of veterans, but the card wasn't so entertaining.
No, it
was headlined by Miller Danu. I mean, Clarissa Shields was on it, which was great.
Yeah.
And we saw a
welterweight, I believe.
Yeah. Middleweights. She's their middleweights. We saw a great Gabe Rosado versus Luis Arias. I was really looking forward to this fight because of the trash talking and because it's like a title eliminator in a way. Yeah. It sucks that it ended in a draw. I personally thought Gabe Rosado won. He edged it by like 1 or 2 rounds.
And you heard the reaction from both fighters. They were like, "Oh, come on!" Like they both put their hands up. Like,
I just commented on Gabe Rosado's pick. I'm like, "You won that fight."
Yeah.
And I was going for Luis Arias because I love him because he talks a lot of crap. He's really good at talking crap, like really entertaining.
And then also Canelo's older brother, I think his name is
Ramon Alvarez. He fought I thought Bam Bam was done. Dealt Brandon Rios. His name we call him Bam Bam.
Yeah.
After the Danny
DSG fight
in February, he got knocked out, but like. Yeah. Well, you signed with Eddie Hearn. That's smart.
Relevant, yeah. It's all at this point. It's all relevancy, Sign with who,
and he looked really good. I'm really happy for him. He needed that. He beat Ramon Alvarez. That's a big name. Nico Hernandez is his name. He's
flyweight, right?
Yeah, he's like the local hero.
Yeah,
he's from He's like one of the biggest boxing people from Kansas like ever. He was an Olympian in 2016. He's now 6-0. He won. And then we had the co-main. Well, then Clarissa Shields defending. She became like I don't know how it works. Women boxing is so.
It's like 6
stupid.
rounds. I don't know. It's weird.
It's so stupid. It's so. I don't like big women's boxing because I think it's so messed up how like the rounds are 2 minutes.
Yes, 2 minutes.
Like, what does that mean? Like.
Yeah, because women MMA is is still 3 minutes.
Yeah, like what are you trying to say? They can't do it? I think that's very stupid. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone can explain the logic to me. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has like 3 of the titles in the 160 division. I don't know if there's 4. I don't know much about, but great for her. She's actually really good friends with Cyborg. They spar a lot. I've seen the sparring videos. Clarissa sparked that girl, but she was good.
Yeah.
And then the main event was Jared Big Baby Miller,
who just fought recently, about like 2 months ago,
a month ago,
6 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago.
He fought on the October 20th card with Demetrius Andrade.
Exactly 4 months ago.
Yeah, he beat this Romanian police officer, a really good boxer. Like he was outboxing this guy. Like he lost the first couple rounds, the first 2 rounds. I'm like, what the? But this guy's power is insane. Again, he weighs in at 315 pounds.
And he was the third highest, I think, ever, right? Because
like
the first
ever,
one
yeah.
was the
like
first
426 and back in like 2013.
2013, yeah. And then there's another guy in between like 360, I think it was. So
but
yeah,
then,
and he did business.
If he were to fight like the elite, like Deontay, I don't know. We'll see. And AJ is just a special fighter.
Yeah. But he took care of business last night. I think he knocked him out fourth round.
He called out the interim WBA champion. Just forgot his name, Trevor Bryan. So that'd be a good match for him. Maybe to get us somehow to strap. So we'll see what happens. I think 2019 he's getting a title shot. Yeah,
and you keep hearing the commentators. I understand commentators for certain promotions can be a little biased towards the promotion, but I forget the guy's name. It was a guy inside the ring with the female. He kept saying that his next fight may not be against AJ or Deontay or Tyson Fury, but he's building himself up eventually to fight them. So like you said, if he fights his interim WBA champion, then perhaps the fight after that, depending what happens next month between Wilder and Fury, and then what happens with AJ,
and also with Chisora and White, we'll see what happens with that.
So, but yeah, I think like the commentator was saying last night, Miller's building, I think, the right way too. He's taking these small risk fights to eventually get to that big fight when it's worth it. Because like I said, yesterday he weighed at 315. That's obviously there's no limit at heavyweight. You can weigh at 320.
Unlike MMA, which is kind of smart. You kind of protect the fighters, I guess. I don't know.
But he took care of business. Even though I saw the fight with my brother, he took a couple shots, maybe on purpose. Maybe he was just kind of working his way out, working his way in and out.
He's a former kickboxer too.
Yeah, you saw at the end he had such as his hamstring. Maybe he pulled something. I'm not too sure, but that's beyond the point. Congrats on Brooklyn's own Jarrell Miller. He's building the right reputation because he still perhaps cannot challenge the big guys, AJ, Deontay, and Tyson Fury. So maybe if I say interim, and then after the interim, maybe you can see what Eddie Hearn can do for him.
Yeah, and it's good that he's with Eddie.
Yeah, I would assume with boxing, there's politics. I would assume that in the right mindset, they'll probably want Miller to fight this interim guy. If he wins, AJ wins, they probably put AJ versus Miller. Most likely.
The thing is, I don't think the logic is with Matchroom is now that they're ready for Wilder. Obviously, Wilder has to get through Fury. Once that happens, most likely, if Wilder gets to Fury, the most likely the April 13th fight will be in Wembley will be against him. If not, from what I understand, it's gonna be the Dillian White if he gets past Derek Chisora, which he should. That's their backup plan.
Okay.
And if Deontay loses, I don't think they want to fight Tyson Fury because Frank Warren and Eddie, they're like, no.
Okay. So the thing about boxing is always multiple scenarios. In MMA, multiple scenarios. So
you have to wait it out. There's an important heavyweight fight on the 1st and on the 22nd. So
December is crazy. From
what I understand, this guy, although he doesn't announce it, but from what I understand, like AJ needs to know who his opponent is before the end of the year. Okay. Because he goes into training camp January 1st.
Which gives him about 3 months, about 12 weeks, give or take.
April 13th.
So yeah, you figure that's 13 weeks probably.
So December 22nd is a Chisora White fight. So obviously that we'll see.
But sometimes during the holidays, you might.
But again, if Wilder gets through Fury, that fight on the 22nd is not gonna matter. They're gonna all focus. It's gonna be focused on Wilder. Yeah. So
Wilder, especially Joshua. In boxing, when you have the ball in your core, there's always these plans. Plan A, obviously, it's gonna be Wilder. If not, then you go with Plan B, the contingency, which would be Dillian White fights December 22nd. So, and I think when you're AJ, you get to choose your opponents to a certain extent. So,
the Polish guy from Brooklyn that fights out of Brooklyn that was on the
in the DSG card.
He's actually one of these guys.
He was the co-main event or the second before the co-main event. Yeah, he was before the co-main event.
Yeah, Urdanis Uglas. He's mandatory. He's fighting Sean Porter, which is really, really, really smart of Sean Porter because Errol Spence is holed up. Thurman is holed up, and T-Bud to fight somewhere else. Yeah, so he's like, "Yo, F it, let me just stay relevant. Let me stay and let me not piss off my governing body and to fight their." And he's more relevant
than Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman hasn't fought in January would be 22 months exactly. So
for Thurman to get into the fight with Porter after that layoff,
might as well take it now. It's a few months from he fought 2 months ago. So
and it's great. Thurman's fighting in January. So January. Combat sports wise is stacked.
Once we hit, so the first 2 weeks is slow because UFC doesn't start till mid-January. Royal Rumble's into the end of the month, so and then boxing starts about middle of January, so it's gonna be a slow it's usually first 2 weeks are slow because and
December is also crazy too.
Yeah,
Oh my god, the next 2 months of combat sports, you got Canelo next month. Yep. Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's it for boxing. Yeah. Besides that, it was pretty entertaining boxing week. We saw most of the fights on the zone. So you want to go to let's do Octagon because we're gonna finish with WWE. So
let's do War Games, then Octagon, then.
Okay,
yeah.
So we're gonna follow the time zone.
The way we watched it.
So Danny Bums, let me ask you because I witnessed. When I say I witnessed, I watched War Games last year in Colombia. Last year you didn't watch it. So what is your opinion of? Look at this. Look at that. It's like a face-off. It's a press conference, 4-on-4.
Yo, that was. So the thing is, that type of the actual type of match is so cool because it makes the ring so much bigger. You have that area, and it just looks so much more believable than the latest
last night
elimination
match,
chambers.
Right?
Not like the one from like a decade ago. I remember I saw the first ever elimination chamber like in 2001, 2002. It looked like so. Like if you look, it looks so brutal. It looks so real.
And current version is just like all plastic.
Yeah,
and everything.
and they have all this other stuff,
plastic
matting and padding and stuff. It's like not like 10 years ago where everything was just, you can tell it's pure glass too. It wasn't like freaking like plastic how it is now. But this everything was just like
Danny
felt so crazy.
As a first time watching War Games, I saw it last year and I loved it. What was your opinion? Besides the card, we'll talk about the card a little later on. What's your opinion of the match itself, War Games, and the psychology behind it?
You can see like that's such a big NXT match because not just that we were talking about yesterday. NXT, everyone goes crazy because you want to prove that you're in the big
next
leagues.
level, yeah.
And you can just see that how these guys wrestle so crazy.
Yeah, Pete Dunne.
And it goes to say a lot. Like that's why WWE is different because they're more entertainment than wrestling, as opposed to not just NXT but every other organization.
Yes, correct. If you go to an indie show or Impact or we're watching Friday night, we're watching a little bit New Japan. You saw the different style was completely different. But it was a great match overall.
It was insane. Everyone was just like...
You saw Bobby Fish. Is the last member came out.
Yeah, it was entertaining. And they were just giving it their all. Everyone, even the War Raiders were just so athletic.
Very athletic for big guys, right? Huge guys. Ricochet,
it was nasty. It was awesome.
He did that 720 spin from the top of the cage. Adam Cole, baby. You heard him say it a couple times.
It was crazy. I saw on Twitter... Ricochet reposted his flip, and then I forgot what he said. And Matt Hardy said something really funny. He goes, like, now you know what's possessed Brother Nero to do that for almost 30 years. I'm like, wow.
There you go, man. Because it was
like everyone was watching this.
It was great. It was
War Games is crazy. Man.
It was a great card.
I'm watching that. I'm like, I guarantee you, this is not gonna be better than anything on Survivor Series.
I told my bro last night. I'm telling you, this is the best wrestling match this weekend. I don't care what's on this weekend.
And I like the little in between the rings how there's like a steel.
Like a steel plate, yeah.
Yeah.
You can
like
see it.
Steel padding or whatever.
And I like how it was even for both sides because when Undisputed was at full strength, you saw Bobby Fish he got all the chairs.
They're such great heels, man. I saw this tweet. I saw this tweet.
So good.
I saw this tweet that said they should just let them win just to keep having like that.
Because they won last year's. Yeah.
Maybe because they need to be in every War Games because they're just
at this point. Yeah,
they're that entertaining.
They're the biggest heel faction in NXT history. I mean, at least I think. But you saw them too. They wrestle so good.
Yeah.
They're united. The way they were there was one time when someone was slapping one, the other one was kicking the other one. So it was
so
entertaining.
And of course, what do you expect when you get Ricochet? When you get Pete Dunne?
Yeah, his style is ridiculous.
Baby, and then just everyone else. It was just everyone.
Great match overall.
To me, probably match of the year, wrestling match of the year.
It could be. But speaking about the match of the year, what about Gargano versus Aleister Black? Because you told me a couple times about that match.
It looked like two guys giving it all. It was so believable. Aleister Black is another guy.
7-0, right?
He's like,
Takeover?
Yeah, 7-0 Takeover record. Another guy is so big and he does these crazy. That's why NXT is like.
Yeah.
For the purists that love actual professional wrestling, they love NXT. If you want entertainment, you go to the WWE.
Exactly, yeah.
That's why they're on television.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely correct about that.
But yeah,
it was a great match. Obviously, at the end, Aleister Black's record of Takeover 7-0.
It was awesome, man. It was like at the end, like they were giving their all, and at the end, like Johnny Gargano just goes like, "Please, just take me out." He puts his head. Oh, because he puts his head on his like that, like on the heel of his foot. So he like, "Please, just take me out." And then he fakes it, and then like, he reverses it, and he just, oh my god, it was awesome.
And you know the funny thing about them, because their characters are Alistair obviously has the dark character, but he's a face going to his match. Gargano turned heel, and he's like with the smiley faces. And
it turns out Gargano was the one that hurt him.
Yeah, that was funny.
Which I don't think that was too crazy.
It wasn't.
I wish it was somewhere else or something. I don't know.
And then
Matt Riddle.
Oh yeah, the King of Bros. You saw he came in,
took off his shoes.
I don't know how, but he fights barefoot. I can see WWE is very big on this guy. They're very they're very big on
Just the MMA UFC background.
Yeah, so that kind of storyline too. Speaking about UFC MMA, Shayna Baszler were for 4 horsewomen that were in the ringside. It was a 2 out of 3 match, right? It was a great match. Shayna won. The rumor was apparently that Shayna was gonna lose, and then she was supposed to be the 5th member of the Raw Women's Survivor Series, and which we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll figure out who is the 5th member if they reveal it, or obviously we'll find out tonight. But Shayna won. It was 2 out of 3. See, I was confused when Kairi Sane jumped off. She hit her. It looked like she was gonna pin her, but then it got reversed, and then Shayna pinned, and then she won. She won 2-1.
Yeah.
But Shayna Baszler, she's
awesome.
She's a freak, man.
Yeah.
Like her MMA, you saw her Muay Thai kicks and everything, her slaps, her submissions.
When she comes up, she's gonna be serious.
Yeah, very serious. Which I want. Knowing WWE, I want to see an angle between Shayna and Ronda.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Best friends, yeah. Or if they ever call up the other 2 females, I don't know what their names are. They were there on the side. I think so. Kairi Sane had 2 girls come out at the end too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like, I guess.
Yeah, her friends.
I guess the storyline's gonna continue maybe up until January. I don't know. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Once again, war games, man.
Ridiculous.
NXT is truly special.
So we'll be honest, because there was so much last night. We had to miss a match. We missed last night's NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa versus Velveteen Dream. From what I heard from the reactions, that Velveteen really set the bar for this fight, even though he lost. And like I said, just like Matt Riddle, WWE is very, very big on the Velveteen Dream. You saw his shirt last night?
Who, Matt Riddle's?
No, Velveteen. Go on his Instagram. It was the NWO style shirt, but it said like OV something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Ciampa retained?
Yeah, retained.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, we saw Ciampa fight in August. We saw Velveteen when he put on his pants, "Call me up, Vince." So I think right now NXT has an influx of talent. I think they can carry themselves till next year or maybe even 2020. Insane. But they're stacked right now. You see the history, the testimonies of Drew McIntyre, how he beasted in NXT, came back.
I feel like Ciampa's like he's like this rip off of Neville.
Like what? Like you mean like the physique?
Yeah, and like the
physique,
his attitude, and I don't know.
Yeah, like,
Neville was so dominant though.
I remember
he was
like
scary good.
Like he was kind.
Like, he is easily the best cruiser we've ever seen. Of this
hands down,
hands incarnation down. Of the title.
Hands down, he is. He was.
He's crazy.
He was a 2-time, I think, too.
And so was Enzo.
Yeah. So yeah, well, Enzo's another one, real one. But yeah, like we always say, Takeover, Triple H always puts on a show. He always has help. I don't know if you saw that picture. Shawn Michaels was there helping him out. Prince Albert was helping him out. And then you saw Cody's tweet. Dusty Rhodes was there.
Yeah.
I think he's a promoter for NXT or a producer. I think that's the word. So he was there too. Obviously, that tweet doesn't mean. I don't want you to overthink that. Oh, it's coming back. But Dusty Rhodes, Cody's dad, is a producer for NXT. So they put on a hell of a show once again. I love NXT. I love Takeover. I can't say I watch NXT every Wednesday, but storylines and all that stuff. But once again, I won't be surprised if Wargames is better than the Survivor Series. But
yeah, no.
But we'll hold Survivor Series to the end of the show. Now we're going to talk about the Octagon. We're going to talk about UFC Fight Night making their debut at Buenos Aires, Argentina, where Neil Magny, the number 8 contender, fought is it Santiago?
Santiago
Ponzinibbio, the home favorite. You want to talk about home field advantage because this guy had it.
It was crazy.
Listen, I'm not talking about Neil Magny, but within the first 5 seconds, the fight was kind of already dominated by Ponzinibbio. He dominated all 3 rounds, finishing a 4th round, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From that shot in the eye, whatever, he clipped him with the jab. Neil was just basically handicapped from the rest of them. Even though he held on pretty fast, he held on, he held his ground, but you saw at the end, he literally timbered. Gave him that nice jab right there in the chin, just whoosh, goodbye.
Yeah.
But he dominated top 10. Well, welterweight. I guess he'll take a spot at number 8, maybe even 7. I think that's 7 straight wins in the UFC. They said. Impressive. You heard the story. He's been away from his country for 10 years, obviously, because he went to Brazil. Then went to your favorite gym, ATT, American Top Team. Dominated win. Honestly, I thought the way the fight was going, he could have finished earlier. But, it's not easy to finish him, but I understand that. But, dominant win.
Yeah, and you can tell that the UFC is definitely wanted this guy to win.
Yeah. Cause,
when I saw that he was 27-3 going in, I'm like,
30
what?
Fights. And
he's like 28-3.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's definitely... I think I read somewhere, I think Ariel said he gets either the winner or the loser of RDA versus Usman.
I like that.
Probably the loser.
Yeah, which the fight in 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks from November 30th. Yeah, that's a possibility. Depending, because RDA has moments where he only wants to fight like a top 3 guy or top 5 guys, and Usman, I think Usman will rather take that fight because Usman won't fight anybody. So besides that, so we saw 2. I'm not trying to overthink this, but UFC is always trying to expand their market. They're always trying to market certain fighters and everything. And I think now with Yair winning last week, who's obviously Mexican native, and Ponce Hibo, Argentine native, they're really trying to expand into Latin America because obviously their biggest market right now is Brazil, obviously, and Mexico is the second biggest. So they really want to expand the market to Argentina. You saw they were in Chile a few months ago. I read an article last year. I don't know if that was true or not. Their top destination is Chile, Argentina, and then the next one, whenever that's ready, is Colombia and Ecuador. For the MMA, but obviously they want to expand, and I think Yair and Santiago can really expand their Latin American market to say. But yeah, Santiago dominated. He did.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great to see that guy. Is also
Tam's back in the house.
Cynthia Calvillo's back.
She's been gone for a minute, over a year, I think.
Yeah, she lost at 219.
219,
which is the Habib versus Barbosa. Cyborg versus Holm.
Oh, she was in that card? Okay.
Yeah, she lost.
So it's been about almost a year.
She was suspended for marijuana.
Yeah, so I guess that makes sense why she was out for a while. But she dominated, even though she was overweight. I forget.
She came in as a flyweight. Flyweight versus a strawweight. So that's why she dominated.
There you go.
That's Team Alpha Male for you.
Yeah, first round. What else? But Team Alpha Male lost in the co-main event. Darren Elkins is Alpha Male. For Carl Lamas came back. He was on a 2-fight losing streak. And
when is Josh Emmett fighting again?
Hasn't fought since February.
Since he lost to the crazy guy.
What's his name?
Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah, Jeremy Stevens hasn't fought since July.
He's another Alpha Male, right?
Emmett, yes. So Ricardo bounced back. He won. I believe he knocked out Alpha Male. Yeah, Darren Elkins. But besides that, we didn't really watch a card because there was so much going on. We watched Wargames, then boxing, then we caught the main event. So it was impossible to catch up with everything.
But yeah, and then Santiago called out Tyrone. He said he's 2019 he's going to have the belt.
Yeah. Can you say in Spanish? What do you say in Spanish?
Campeón del mundo, carajo.
Carajo. In his Argentine accent. Yeah. It was you always go for the home guy, who's home back in Argentina. I think he's from Buenos Aires. He's from La Plata, which I think is next to Buenos Aires. So he was home. I'm sure Dana's happy about that because, like I said, Dana's always about expanding markets. So obviously, this is a good thing for him and for Argentina. There was an Ecuadorian guy who fought on the main card. He won. I think his name is like Marlon Vera. He's from Ecuador. He won.
Yeah, it was like a Spanish card.
Yeah, obviously always cards. So we'll see.
Latin America.
We'll see. I'm hoping eventually UFC goes in Colombia.
That'd be great.
Colombia, and then obviously Ecuador is another big MMA scene, so they're expanding. But any thoughts about the fight? I mean, it was pretty much. I think that's the biggest fight.
I expected that. Neil Magny, he's good. But he had
the height advantage and reach advantage.
Yeah. Oh no! The first time I heard about Neil Magny is when he lost to RDA.
And I believe that's when he made his welterweight debut, or no?
I don't know. That was the second fight at welterweight for RDA.
Yeah, he fought someone else. Yeah, you're right. Second fight. Yeah, he fought someone else before. Yeah, I remember.
Then after that, he got freaking Robbie Lawler. I don't know how.
And yeah, he beat him. He dominated him.
And then he barely he couldn't beat Kobe. And now he fights.
Was it Kobe fight? So I was in Colombia. Was it Kobe fight? Was he dominated, or because
not that he won the fight.
Yeah, because
his wrestling, his wrestling was like he shot like I think RDA like That's the thing. Like RDA focused too much on boxing.
Yeah.
The fight starts, boom, he shoots.
Yeah.
And he has him against the fence the whole time.
One thing about RDA, I mean, up until this point, from the career that I've seen, he's never been when he loses, but he's never been I never seen him get like totally dominated in a fight.
Yeah, against Eddie Alvarez.
Oh yeah, well I mean yeah, that's right, but I didn't watch RDA up until that point, but yeah, RDA kind of just Eddie Alvarez just mauled him, yeah. So like anyone else, you call it champion. Champion basically say get in line, and like I think you mentioned yesterday, you read somewhere that they're working for UFC 233, possibly Tyrone versus Colby Covington, and obviously the other biggest fight this week announced was a big Spanish fight card. For the UFC pay-per-view on March, which will be 235, which will be Jorge Masvidal versus the return of Nick Diaz.
Yeah, so that's why that's another welterweight division is really heating up now, especially with Santiago's win last night.
Yeah, so it's becoming. I don't want to call it because lightweight division is a big mess in UFC. So welterweight is slowly becoming that, I think. Especially if the cards play right. If Santiago keeps winning, if Usman and RDA the winner of that, and then obviously Masvidal and Nick Diaz. So welterweight become, and then if GSP ever decides to come back, welterweight will probably.
Yeah, I mean, well, it depends on Masvidal if he decides to talk, if he wants to talk rap, like trash talk during the build up. But if the trash talk gets there, these two are gonna go crazy. Masvidal and Diaz. That's real. That's a part of the reason why they made the fight.
Yeah, of course, and I'm sure they both are getting a lot of money whether you lose or win. And obviously, everyone knows that Nick Diaz is a big name. Yeah. So he has the most significant strikes in UFC history. That goes to tell you. But that's it for the UFC. Next week they're in China. We don't have Fight Pass, so it's gonna be like on Saturday morning, like at 6 a.m. in the morning. So we're in the States, we're not in China.
When?
Next Saturday's a fight, UFC. They're in China. It's the Curtis Blades versus what's his name? What's that guy's name? The guy from France.
Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, but we won't talk about that. We're gonna end the show because Survivor Series starts in about 10-15 minutes. This is the Supremacy brand, SmackDown versus Raw, Blue versus Red. You have it right there. The card has been altered this week, twice actually, because the women's champion on SmackDown, Becky Lynch, suffered a concussion Monday Night Raw, which forced her to be out, and hence we got Charlotte Flair for this fight.
Which I'm pretty sure they were saving that fight for WrestleMania.
Of course, and now plans change, so we'll see what happens. And the second one,
so I'm pretty sure. I'm sure that it's going to be Becky at WrestleMania versus Raw.
Yeah. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. And the second one was AJ Styles. AJ Styles.
What the hell?
The most, I want to say, the most dominant SmackDown wrestler since the split brand. Lost his title, and in turn, Daniel Bryan turned heel. So I'm lost for words. I don't know where I went out Tuesday night, so I didn't watch it. But me and Danny Bones were texting about it. We were like, we can't believe it. But it's part of wrestling. The storylines happen, things change, or whatever it is. I'm not sure what the reason was behind this. I'm sure Uncle Dave knows probably why the change behind this is, but it doesn't matter. Tonight is Blue versus Red. Yeah. I'm wearing blue. He's wearing gray. SmackDown versus Raw. It's always the case.
Brock destroys Daniel Bryan.
That's his punishment for not being at Crown Jewel. So I'll run. So just to go. So the first one was in a kickoff show. Team SmackDown, I think, defeated Team Raw. So that's 1-0 SmackDown already, but no one looks about that. We'll go to the matches real fast. This is a no order because obviously we don't know what's the first order. So the first match currently is Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair for the single match. So
up in the air.
Yeah, I can't. If I was to pick someone,
maybe Ronda, but that'd be too annoying because she's always winning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's tough because remember SmackDown's up 1-0 already because the tag team won already. So I don't know, man. Charlotte's because this match was supposed to be saved for WrestleMania. So now I rather think I think Ronda loses now and she wins at WrestleMania. So if I'm WWE, I'd rather her lose now to Charlotte and then beat Becky at WrestleMania and then redeem herself and fight Charlotte sometime else in SummerSlam or next Survivor Series. You get me? So I'm gonna go Ronda Rousey. I'm gonna go with Charlotte getting the win today, the big W. I'm gonna go. I don't know with the Flair. It's hard.
I just hope it's gonna be a great match.
The next match, the mid-card match. I remember last year was a joke. The Miz versus Baron Corbin, a joke of a match. This year we have the man Seth freaking Rollins versus King of Strong Style, man. Shinsuke Nakamura. Crazy. I think this opens up the card. I think it does.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because then So You guys know that I love Seth Rollins. I love his style, and I'm gonna go American here. I'm gonna go Seth Rollins. I can't see Nakamura winning at all. I mean, even though Nakamura, they both have great wrestling styles, both of them. But I'm gonna go with Team Raw on this one. So I go Charlotte SmackDown. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins on Raw for this one. How about you, Denny Buns? What you got here? You're gonna go with the Rockstar Nakamura, or
I want Seth to win.
Team Raw all day.
We'll watch like Dean, because Dean is still in.
That's
the
problem.
Him come in and then freaking.
I think sabotage the match for him.
Nakamura will win.
That's absolutely true, because that's a storyline, in Raw which will probably continue tonight or tomorrow. The next one, obviously, this is not in order. Again, guys, it's just the list I have here is which I think will be the co-main event. I think Charlotte versus Ronda will be the main event. This is Raw Universal Champion Danny's Fair. You want to do it? The undisputed.
The undisputed, I don't know. Brock
undefeated Brock Lesnar versus SmackDown current new heel champion Daniel Bryan.
I hope Brock destroys this man.
I
hope he puts him back into retirement.
Everyone was so excited for the sequel of this.
AJ
versus Brock.
It was going crazy.
Because that was one of the best matches last year, hands down. For me, one of the best matches. I watched.
There's no way Daniel Bryan can compare with.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna go with Raw. I'm gonna go with Raw here. Brock Lesnar. I'm not the biggest Brock fan, but it's Brock Lesnar at the end of the day. It really is. So we still got a bunch of matches here. We got the tag teams, AOP with Jake Maverick versus the Bar.
The Bar. I'm gonna win. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I especially because they're veterans. I don't think AOP is gonna get that big of a win. They just got a champion, so I agree with anyone on this one. SmackDown. The other two are the traditional matches: 5-on-5 Survivor Series men and women. Just to run through them on Team Raw, it's Dolph Ziggler, McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley versus the likes of The Miz, Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. So far, I got 2 Raw, 2 SmackDown. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with Team SmackDown with this one. I think the men win this one here. I think Miz, Shane, Rey Mysterio, Samoa, Jeff Hardy pulled the upset.
Oh my God, that's just that team. Who's on the Raw?
You got Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley.
Oh man, this is crazy. I didn't know about this.
It's ridiculous. We got watches right now. But
that's a crazy match.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with SmackDown. I'm gonna go with SmackDown. Yeah, I think
they got Shane.
Yeah, they got Shane. They got the legends of Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio.
AJ should get in that.
Well,
the AJ should appear in the Brock Lesnar fight.
And screw both of them over, huh?
Yeah.
So I got team. So me and Danny both got both teams SmackDown. Now for the 5-on-5 Survivor Series women's, we have, I don't know them all, so I gotta look at the list. I really do. We have Team Raw of Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. Versus Team SmackDown of Naomi, Carmella, Sonya Deville, Asuka, Mandy Rose. Easily Team Raw. I think Alexa being the captain of this team, being a heel, I think they run through SmackDown easily.
Yeah.
Especially with Charlotte being out. If Charlotte was in the 5-on-5, I would SmackDown's a chance, but I think Team Raw wins this one here.
Agreed.
And this match, it's not in the kickoff show. It's on the main card. It's for the Cruiserweight Championship. It's Buddy Murphy versus one of your favorite cruiserweights. Who? Buddy Murphy, Australia.
How long has he been the champ?
Since Showdown, because he won it in his home country. He beat what's his name? Cedric Alexander in Australia, because he's Australian.
What's his name?
Buddy Murphy.
Who the hell is Buddy Murphy?
He's gonna go against one of your favorite cruiserweights, Mustafa Ali.
Who the?
Yeah. Maybe this match will open up Survivor Series main card. I don't think. Yeah. I don't really care about this. I'm gonna go with the current champ, Buddy Murphy. I'm assuming you'll go for Mustafa Ali.
No, I hope Mustafa Ali wins. I like him.
Okay. So that's it. So we have
Mustafa Ali's way bigger than that guy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 8 fights in total, 7 in the main card.
Is it gonna compare to last year's? Nope.
No, I don't.
Last year you had the Shield versus the New Day.
That opened up. I remember. I watched it.
Legendary match.
I watched that fight.
Match that defines this generation. That match is important to the generation, to this current wrestling generation.
Current generation, and also for current factions that there are, because there's not a lot of factions anymore. And
also for the 6-man tag, tag teams that have been coming up, like the Shield and like the the New Days.
Which I wonder if WWE will ever go with that direction, because New
Probably
Japan's very big on 6-man tag matches. That's what they're known for. But yeah, it's too much for WWE.
I just hope Brock wins.
Yeah, I mean that's a big attraction. But it's the only reason why I like the West Coast, man. When this match finishes, it's 8 o'clock in LA. You can go home. Over here, 11 o'clock, you're tired, you go home, go back to work. So, say the West Coast is the best coast. But I think that's it for us all. It was a lot to digest. We're off next week, but we'll be back for all December. There's a lot of fights, a lot of boxing, a lot of MMA, a little bit of wrestling. Thank you for the subscriptions. Shout out to Sean Colochi for following us. You're the follower of the week. Always like, subscribe. I'll share this tonight. Thank you for everything, guys, for all the support. We're working with the best we got. We got some ideas for next year. Thank you for the followers we got on Twitter. We really appreciate it. My social media manager right here, Denny Bums.
Yeah.
I'm the editor of these videos. He does that.
Thanks for Women's MMA ranking following.
Verified page, right?
Verified page.
That's what's up. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
I appreciate, even if we don't know you, thank you for everything, for tuning in for a few minutes. We appreciate it. Follow us at bumtalk_ Twitter, and any questions, bumtalk1@gmail.com. My brother will be tweeting about the fights tonight. Not all of them, a couple ones that stand out. We just won't overbear, on too much feeds on Twitter. But thank you again. This will be up tonight. Watch the Survivor Series about to start any minute now. The main card. I'm Team Raw tonight overall. So let's go Team Raw.
I'm Team Brock.
Go Brock. Take care.